Dr. Tony Jacob was born in Kerala, a southern state in India known for its high literacy rate and vibrant culture. Even in his earliest years, the seeds of ambition were planted as his family sought to rise above their modest beginnings. His parents, driven by the hope of creating a better future, moved to Kuwait in search of opportunity, joining many others in the Indian diaspora, carving out new lives in the Gulf region. Life in Kuwait was stable, but Jacob's father was not one to settle. Recognizing that there were greater opportunities beyond the Middle East, he made the life-changing decision to emigrate. After exploring several options, the family secured papers for Canada, setting the stage for a transformative new chapter. Jacob's family moved to Toronto in 1989, starting their lives over from scratch, again. His father, who previously managed a small import-export business in Kuwait, decided to try something entirely new by entering the restaurant industry. Despite his efforts, the transition proved to be extremely challenging, and the business eventually failed. I remember at a really early age watching my mom and dad go through the pain of trying to build something and seeing it fall apart, Jacob recalled. They shielded us from the worst of it, but I could still feel the weight of their struggle. After the business failed, the family moved to Edmonton, Alberta, to start over once more. Since their foreign degrees weren't recognized in Canada, Jacob's parents returned to school. His father studied accounting, while his mother pursued nursing. Jacob watched in awe as his parents juggled education, work, and raising a family. Seeing my dad study accounting books at the dinner table and my mom balancing nursing school left a deep impression on me, Dr. Tony Jacob shared. They didn't just talk about hard work, they lived it. Growing up in Edmonton, Jacob developed a strong work ethic early on. At just 14, he began contributing financially, starting with a job at a movie theater before taking on positions that gave him more independence and responsibility. One of these roles at a men's clothing store would prove to be a turning point in his life. During one shift, Jacob struck up a conversation with a customer who spoke passionately about his profession. That chance encounter led to an invitation to shadow the man, giving Tony a glimpse into a world he hadn't previously considered. That meeting changed everything, Jacob said. I got to see someone who genuinely loved what they did, and it opened my eyes to possibilities I hadn't thought about before. It was a pivotal experience that taught the young man the importance of curiosity and connection, lessons he would carry throughout his life. Some of the best opportunities I've had came from being open to conversations, he reflected. You never know where a simple question might lead. Armed with inspiration from that encounter, Dr. Tony Jacob decided to pursue higher education in a field that married his desire to help people with his newfound vision of professional success. He attended a prestigious program in Houston. It was a bold move, leaving Canada and his family behind and venturing into an unfamiliar environment, but one that would shape his future in profound ways. I was 3,000 miles away from everyone I knew, taking out my first student loan and learning how to stand on my own, he recalled. It was daunting, but it was also exhilarating. After completing his education, Jacob immersed himself in his chosen field, working in various locations and gaining invaluable experience. It was during this time that he began to see the potential for not just excelling in his profession, but also creating something much larger. The seeds of entrepreneurship were planted, even as he focused on mastering his craft. Jacob started with the quiet purchase of a small property in Texas. What began as a simple investment soon progressed into the foundation of a bigger vision. Through hard work and a natural ability to connect with people, Jacob soon turned it into a thriving success. We were profitable from the very first month, Dr. Tony Jacob said. It felt like all the lessons from my parents and my experiences up to that point came together. From there, his entrepreneurial instincts only sharpened. Over the next few years he expanded his operations, learning hard lessons about managing teams, maneuvering setbacks, and balancing risk with reward. Every step felt like unlocking a new level in a game, Jacob shared. You master one thing, and then you're ready for the next challenge. Observing his parents' sacrifices, embracing opportunities from unexpected moments, and taking bold risks to forge a unique path, all became crucial lessons that paved the way for Dr. Tony Jacob. Hard work was never an option for us. It was a given, he said. Watching my parents go back to school, raise us, and still push forward, even when things didn't go as planned, that stayed with me. It's the foundation of everything I've accomplished. Today, his name is synonymous with business success, but his story is much more than that. It's a reminder that the road to prosperity is often paved with struggle, sacrifice, and an unrelenting belief in the possibility of something better, even if you're not born with a silver spoon in your mouth.